again. Welcome back to another DT Wellbeing vlog with me, DT. So on Friday, guys, we discussed controlling the controllables within kind of like dealing with uncertainty, right? Like obviously hugely relevant at the moment, but following on from that, I just said I would go in a little bit deeper on stress management. Okay, so controlling the controllables is what I would recommend as my priority in terms of advice for stress management, controlling the controllables. But what I'll also discuss today, guys, in terms of managing the stress in your lives is a thing called the catastrophe scale, and also a thing that I like to call accept, change, or remove, which can also be called reframe, recharge, or discharge, right? So I'm going to talk about those kind of strategies for stress management, and hopefully that'll make a little bit of a less stressful situation for you guys at home. So yeah, just to recap, control the controllables. What I mentioned is that the whole world is mad. Always is, always was. And most of it is irrelevant to you as a person. But so I'd encourage you to just ignore, forget, like stop paying attention to stuff you can't control and only control the stuff that you can, because there's lots you can. And even though I would recommend for you to forget and ignore all of the worlds that you can't control, I would equally encourage you to go deep on the stuff that you can control. That is your responsibility. That is your it's totally on you to take control of the controllables and go deep on them. So if there's things in your world causing you stress, I would encourage you to do one of three things, right? So if you've noticed something in your world that is causing you stress and you feel as though it's within your controllables, right? So you're allowing this stress or you're facilitating it some way, I would encourage you to take one of three options. The first option is to accept. So this is kind of like reframing things. It's like, yeah, look, it is causing me stress, but I can manage it, I can accept it if I reframe it in a different way. So framing is just like, taking the situation as it is, but positioning it in a different way that makes it more acceptable to you. It's the basis of cognitive behavioral therapy. So take a situation, take the stressor, and accept it by looking at it a different way. Often with me, I'd be like, yeah, it is stress, but it's going to add to a more comfortable future. There's things in your world you just have to do, right? And I was like, right, if I do this now, deal with the stress, future Daniel will reap the benefits. So anyway, however the way you look at it, that's reframe. The second one is change, and that's called recharge. So to change your stressor, if it's a person, you could have a chat. If it's a job, you could leave. If it is toxins that you're putting into your body, you could question it and maybe stop putting the toxins in your body. So that's the way you can change the stressors in your life, through proactivity. So again, that's the recharge. Just like, right, the stressor is there. I can't really accept it. Reframing doesn't help. Maybe if I have a word, maybe if I mention that it's causing me stress, that person would stop. Maybe if drinking too much booze is stressing me out. I'm hungover too much, I'm making silly decisions when I'm drunk, my body is suffering. Right, I change that. I'll drink less or I'll stop. If it is your job, right, look, I'm not being satisfied, I can't progress, I leave. Right, so that's, change. And the last one then is discharge, and that's just leave the situation. Or get the situation to leave you. So yeah, if it's an individual, you say goodbye. Either literally say goodbye or just walk. If it is a job, again, like I mentioned that in terms of recharge, like you can just change your job, but that probably will be a consequence of leaving the first job, So you leave that job, start another one. That's how you change, but you have to leave as well. So that's the discharging of that stressful job. And again, when it comes to the alcohol, or if it comes to any other toxin you're putting into your body, you just cut it off at the source and go cold turkey, or get somebody to help with if it's addiction, addiction counseling, or with like more extreme situations that might require more extreme assistance. But you just decide to leave that stressor and to remove yourself from that toxic substance. So that's reframe, recharge, discharge, accept, change, or leave. And then the third one in stress management that I always allude to, and it seems too simplistic to be true, but it is quite reductionary, but I feel it, though it is very effective, at least it works for me, is that if you look at your situation and then you try to put it on a catastrophe scale. So catastrophe scale, 10 out of 10 is like the most catastrophic your situation or environment could be. I equate it to like doomsday. The world is on fire. Everybody you've ever known, ever loved is dead. You're the last on the planet, and it's like you're like that's stressful, right? And then 1 is paradise, like idyllic, like heaven on earth, kind of like nothing is wrong, everything is great. Where are you on that scale, right? And if you look at your stress, if you're not an 8 or 9, forget about it. It doesn't deserve your angst or your upset, you know? So if you're not an 8 or 9, if you're down there in the 4, 5s and 6s, suck it up, that's life, right? You just deal with it. If you're one of the lucky few in the 2 or 3, congratulations, I'm envious. If you're in a 1, you're a liar, that doesn't exist. But yeah, look, that's what I do, stress management 101. Control the controllables, accept, change or leave, which is also reframe, recharge, discharge, and then put yourself on a catastrophe scale. And if it's not in the 8 or 9s or 10s, give yourself a break. Doesn't deserve your stress. Alright guys, that's me for today. I will see you again tomorrow and we'll talk about more of this stuff just to make yourself a little bit happier during lockdown. If you found this useful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you found it very useful, tell a friend, tell a family member. We're all trying to help each other out, and if you can help me, I'd be delighted. Okay kids, I will see you all tomorrow.